Lifestyle.
Lifestyle's fucking hilarious. Wish we had a lifestyle podcast.
That's funny. We are.
How you talk about how cool you are.
All right, let's do it.
All right, ready?
No headphones.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is February 5th. Man, February is flying by. We are here from Las Vegas. We are at the Super Bowl right now.
Yep.
Shout out to All Business Pete for hooking us up with a replica of our studio in the hotel room.
And people say he can't get stuff done.
I know.
Yeah. Who says that?
A lot of people like
A lot of
they
people
like to
like to
hate
say
on
that.
him.
Not us, though. We're happy to be here.
Rowan's back in New York. That's why
Rowan's back in New
they
York.
only sent us three.
For
to
some reason, they're doing the
Vegas.
yak out in New York this week.
Yeah.
But how we doing, fellas? Good?
Good. We got Tommy Smokes.
We got Tommy Smokes here.
Yep. Filling in for Rowan.
A man who needs no introduction. 'Cause
Yeah.
everyone that watches it really gets mad when you're on.
Really? I can leave.
No,
I like
people
to-
actually like when you're on.
I like to do whatever makes people like me the most. That's how
Yeah.
I live my life. So if people would prefer if I leave, I will leave.
No, people like when you're on.
If people prefer for me to stay, I will stay.
I feel the same way, and you know, I think about like killing myself and
Hot start.
blaming them.
30 seconds.
And
later.
Blaming the haters?
Yeah. So if I did, and because people say kill yourself, and then I did, would it make them happy, which
No.
is a win, or would they feel sad and realize we were wrong all along? We actually miss him, which would also make me happy.
No, they would be the same people who would be on Twitter being like,
Good riddance.
Such a good blogger.
No, they would be like, no one deserved to go through what Francis was going through. They'd be
They
like
would
the same-
flip
They
around.
would flip completely, dude. They'd be
Yeah.
like, kill yourself. And
No,
they'd be like,
that's
They'd
not
act
what
like
I
they weren't
want.
part of the problem.
mental health is such a serious thing.
That's
Like,
not
men
what I
don't have- Men
want.
can't speak up.
But I guess the
That's why you
point,
can't kill yourself, dude.
as
That's
someone
the-
who lives to
it's
please,
like 7.
Right.
Can't let them win.
I can die the same way, and that to me is a win-win.
I don't think people would be pleased with you killing yourself.
Not the people that say kill yourself.
No.
I don't think so. I think they would be like,
Wouldn't
huh,
they feel empowered?
what was that guy going through?
Yeah.
They would have no idea it's their fault.
They'd be
They'd
like, what
man,
the
he must have been going
fuck,
through some
dude?"
shit.
Oh, that's not good.
I've turned some people. That's the best when you turn them. They DM you and they go, dude, I know I told you to kill yourself like 10 times before, but that was pretty funny what you did there.
Now I want you to live.
Yeah.
You have my
Yeah.
permission.
And then I reply and say, too late. It's already been done.
Unless you stick your fingers down my throat, I am waking up in
It's
a pile
already
of my
over.
own vomit.
I always find an underrated comment when people say like, I don't care what other people say, like you're underrated, dude. Or
Oh,
like
yeah.
this
Yeah.
was actually funny.
Yeah.
This was like low key funny. This
Yeah,
was
don't listen to what
actually
everyone
funny.
else is saying.
Yeah, ignore the whole internet.
Yeah, you shouldn't
You're
kill
actually pretty
yourself.
underrated.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. If I'm at a restaurant and the adjacent table has a birthday cake coming in and everyone's singing happy birthday, is it cool for me to sing happy birthday
Yeah,
or not
yeah.
cool for me to sing
No,
happy
you're supposed
birthday?
to.
Do you?
No, obviously not, but you're definitely supposed to.
When you say cool, like do you mean cool as in acceptable or cool as in like hip?
Hip.
It's definitely not hip, I'll tell
Yeah,
you
I was
that.
gonna
But it
say.
is acceptable, and I don't think it's not cool. I don't think it's like, oh, look at that fucking
I think if you're
loser.
going like really into it, it's kind of weird.
How do you learn the name of the child before it comes to the verse that features their name?
Usually you just say some other shit.
Like what?
Well,
Mumble.
when they're like,
Happy birthday, dear.
that's when you just got to improvise. You just got to go like, kid sitting next to me.
Oh, you go that, you kind of get meta.
I've never been in this situation ever. I'm just going off of what you're referring to.
It literally just happened to me.
Yeah. What did you say?
I did what Tommy just said. I went, huh.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I wished that I had asked as we were getting into it, happy birthday to you. What's his name?
Or like hold up, wait before you get any closer.
It's coming.
When was the last time you got sang happy birthday to at a restaurant?
Never.
Dude, when me and Rome were doing neighborhood eats a couple years ago, before Tommy came on and ruined it.
Oh, classic show.
And then it got canceled.
The magic the
But-
three of us made in LA, well, it still gets talked about.
It was
to this
actually
day.
very fun. But Rome would tell them it was my birthday every time.
That's so great.
And we were at like a Texas Roadhouse.
Ugh. Place
they
is
made me.
disgusting.
Dude, you've said that before, and
Oh, no,
I've
they are good
truly never
steaks.
disagreed with anything more
The
in my entire
worst
life.
meal there.
Texas Roadhouse is honest. It's like I go there on my birthday. It's like one of my favorite restaurants ever.
We're not sponsored by them or anything, right?
I'm
No.
gonna go out on a limb and say no.
No,
I
but
think-
it is
I think-
so good.
My guess would be that there's a big range of quality at Texas Roadhouse, and the one I went to was not
Where
in a
was it?
good. I mean, as far from Texas as you can get.
But
Yeah,
I go
well, I've
to one
never
in
been to
Florida
one.
that's pretty
I've never been to
solid.
one
They
in
got a pretty good
Texas.
steak. And
I think the closer you get to Texas, the better your Texas Roadhouse.
Dude, I went to one.
experience is.
You know where I went to one?
You said Florida.
I think Albany, New
No,
York.
I said
think me and
Florida.
Mook went to one in Albany.
Yeah.
I think there's one right near the hotel.
that makes sense that's good when there's no other game in town.
Yeah.
Like
right,
Texas
right.
Roadhouse is the nice
Dude,
steakhouse
Texas Roadhouse
there.
is the one where you can go and you can like pick what cut of steak you want.
Right, like
Yeah,
that's where
yeah.
the top steak chefs go in Albany.
It
They're like,
is.
I got to work at a fucking Texas Roadhouse.
And the beer there is so cold.
Yeah, but
Ice
like
cold.
Longhorns and
Not even close. Not even in the same
is
realm.
so much better.
Not even in the same realm.
Wait a minute, I might be thinking of Longhorns. I might be getting Longhorns.
think
in
you are.
Texas.
Dude,
Texas
Texas
Roadhouse
Roadhouse is the
is
one that has
trash.
the buns with the cinnamon butter. Oh, so
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
good.
Okay, I'm back in
Like-
on it.
like-
what
No,
one
no,
has
no,
a bull?
no,
If
no,
it's a
go back to
if it's your
thinking about
birthday, they put
Longhorns.
you on a
That's-
bull.
I had to sit on the bull. That's where I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
going
yeah.
with that story.
That's
yeah.
Texas Roadhouse.
They made me sit on the bull.
a bucking bowl,
Yeah. They bring out like a seat. It's not
mechanical.
actually a seat. It's just like
Oh,
a saddle.
a Sibian.
They make you sit on like a saddle.
It's a Sibian.
It's very uncomfortable.
I like to do that when I go out to dinner with my grandma who has Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
I get her a birthday cake, and she doesn't know any better. She
Yeah.
just says, "Oh, today's my birthday," and she doesn't fight back on
That's
it. And
fun.
it's a look of confusion
that's
on
honestly-
her face.
Wow.
And then I get to eat her chocolate molten lava cake, ideally.
Why
It is
wouldn't
very fun.
Why wouldn't she eat it?
She shouldn't have that type of sugar.
No.
No, her sugar levels are way too high.
Dude, they
She
make
gets the confusion, and I get the cake.
They come out and they're like, they're like, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my brand new friend. And they go, what's your fucking name? And you go, Harry. And they go, everyone, please give a welcoming, or I forget how it goes. There's a video. I have a video of it, of me on the fucking thing. It's so uncomfortable.
I didn't realize they had I had that up like my cousin who's like 5. He went on the thing at
Yeah,
Texas Roadhouse.
yeah.
I didn't realize that's an option for adults as well.
Dude, I just went to the bathroom and I came back and they were bringing over the saddle. And I was like, oh shit, whose birthday is it? And then they were like, it's your birthday? And I was like, fuck, dude, no, it isn't. But it's like that sucked. But then Roan did it when we were at Ruth's Chris, and that was
Ooh.
awesome.
Because then they
just
bring
brought us
nice
free
stuff.
Cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that like you just get free cake if you say it's your birthday?
By the
at
way,
some
Ruth's
places?
Chris is way better than Texas
Well, it's
Roadhouse.
a
I don't
whole
think
different
anybody
vibe.
would-
Ruth's Chris
would-
is supposed to be like a nice, like a chain steakhouse.
It's really good.
But Texas Roadhouse, the environment of Texas Roadhouse, that's like, if I could go to Texas Roadhouse every night, I would.
Yeah,
And I would never get
it's just
sick
a
of it.
good vibe.
Yeah.
It just seems like a restaurant.
It's more of an
where
experience
you
than
can
it's a
still
restaurant,
smoke
dare I
inside.
say.
I don't know.
Oh, that would be all. If you could smoke inside, that would make it even better.
I don't like it.
Well, we're gonna go in Albany.
No, we're fucking
We
not.
absolutely
And it's going to
are.
be your
They
birthday.
Dude,
have
I promise
better
you, you haven't
shit.
been to that area of Albany.
Shout out, Sass and I are going to be in Albany in 2 weekends. You can go buy tickets for that at harrysettlewebsite.com.
No, that's
Little
not even
Sasquatch
close to what my
website.com.
website name is.
LilSasquatchWebsite.com.
We're also gonna be
or
in Denver this weekend. In like 2 days.
this weekend we'll be in Denver, and then the next weekend we'll be in Albany, and we're going to be fly fishing.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Hey,
cold.
Tell me about that. Fly fishing.
Not
What
as
is it?
much to tell.
He's the expert.
It's just fishing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thought there'd be a little something more there.
No, you're fishing with flies instead of like bait.
It's about the cast. Okay, so Sass has developed this technique that,
Called shadow casting.
yeah, in the time that I was away from Barstool, I realized he had become a master.
I've
An
never,
artist.
I've never
Artist.
gotten into fishing.
This is that was a river runs through it reference.
River runs
Yeah,
through.
no, I knew that.
No, you didn't.
I totally knew that.
You've never seen
In
a
my
river
head,
runs
I
through
knew
it.
it. I said,
You know
oh,
what I
that's a-
watched last night? I
that's a
watched
river
Seven.
runs
That's another
through.
old Brad Pitt one.
that your
Seven
first
is a
time?
classic. No, I've seen it before. I've actually only seen it once before.
I've only seen it once before too, and I just remember it being good, but I do not remember movies very well.
Really, I feel like that's one where it's tough to rewatch.
Because it's so spooky?
No, just because you know what's gonna happen.
I mean, I know the
No,
what's
I've
in the
seen it a
box.
couple
What's in the
times.
box.
Really?
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it a lot.
I do think movies that hinge on one big twist are very difficult to rewatch, but then it's kind of like more fun of knowing what's coming looking at the hints of how they
The
build
creepiest
that
part
up.
in that one is when they find the dude, what is he, Sloth? And he's still alive.
Yeah.
He's like the skeleton
Yeah.
and he moves.
And he keeps feeding him. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really bad.
That one's fucked.
I was pretty grossed out by the
Obesity
one.
What was that? What is that?
Gluttony.
Gluttony. Yeah, that one's nasty because he burst. He made him eat spaghetti until he popped.
I will say that of all the ways that everybody died in that movie, that would have been my favorite way to go.
Yeah?
See, I don't remember.
Mine
a
would have been the
single
wife.
way
I'd rather
that
just have my
somebody
head
died.
cut off.
Spoiler.
No, then eating spaghetti until you are full and die?
I mean, dude, I think what we've experienced
I
is
mean,
full.
I've come close to that
No.
before.
No,
Like,
I don't think.
I've nearly did that this weekend. They
Dude,
had
I
a
think
chicken
the
parm the
fullest
size
you've
of
ever
a
been-
paddle.
I think the fullest you've ever been, you'd have to multiply it by 3, and then it still wouldn't even be close to like death of eating.
I don't know. I get some pretty bad stomach aches.
Dude, he ate until his intestines burst.
I think I've been close to
Yeah,
that.
but his intestines are much bigger than mine because he'd been overeating for a long time. He was already obese.
Yeah, but dude, that means that he had to eat more spaghetti than you could even imagine.
But my size of spaghetti that I would need to die from is smaller than his.
yeah, but it's still
and hence we come closer to it on a daily basis.
no, that's just not how that works at all.
I think 3.5 plates
Not
of
even
spaghetti,
close.
I'm blowing up.
Dude, you
3.5, 3 3/4 plates of spaghetti.
I think that was probably, I mean, obviously the sloth one was the worst one.
assuming
just
two
kept the dude
meatballs.
alive
Assuming
for
two
a year.
meatballs.
Oh, worse
serving.
than the guy who fucked the stripper with the dick made out of a knife?
Yeah, I
That
forgot
sounds
about that
fun.
one. That one's pretty bad too.
That was pretty bad.
But no, there's no way that was worse than sloth. Sloth, dude, he was tortured for a year straight. They said that he's experienced more pain than anyone has ever experienced.
But that one guy ate a lot of spaghetti.
The spaghetti one is bad. I think we're underestimating how bad the spaghetti one would be.
Shane Gillis hosting SNL on February 26th.
4th.
What do you think of this?
It's great. Full circle moment, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be, I get. Obviously, you take it because it's such a big opportunity. But I wonder if there was a part of him that was like, "No, fuck you guys. Like, I don't want to do it." But I feel like anytime I've seen him talk about it, and you guys know him better, he doesn't really hold much ill will towards them.
No, I don't think so. I was with him. He did my show at that New York Comedy Fest in like November,
That was
and
a
there
long
was some
time
like
ago.
old dude there, and he was like, "Would you ever want to host SNL?" And he was like, "Yeah, obviously."
Right.
And I don't know if that guy actually had like any say in that.
Okay, you thought
that-
it might have just been like a fan.
I thought it was
asking.
just like a conversation that they were having, but he was like, the ratings would be off the charts. It would be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be insane.
And then, like,
I
3
also
months
think
later-
that hosting SNL is such a bigger deal than being a cast
Yeah.
member.
Oh, yeah,
completely.
100%.
Where, the only people that ever get brought back to host from the cast are the greatest cast members of all time.
Yeah.
And then,
You're hosting. You've made it big enough outside of SNL.
yeah, the comedians who have hosted it are, this year, Nate Bargatze, that episode was incredible.
Louis C.K.'s done
Obviously,
it.
Louis, Chris Rock,
I was thinking,
Chappelle.
dude, there's a surprising amount of comedians who haven't hosted it, who you would expect, who like are definitely big enough to host it.
Like who?
Like Tom Segura, Burt Kreischer, like those guys are fucking huge.
That's a good
Andrew
thought.
Schultz.
I
New
wonder
York guy.
if I would think Segura would get the nod to do it. You never know why.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe, they just
Maybe
don't
there's
want to.
some casting director there that maybe he auditioned. He auditioned or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
I feel like though SNL part of its charm is when it isn't a comedian. Like I feel like a lot of the times it's like you want to see an actor or a musician who is who's not going to be as good at it, be like a fish out of water in the
Yes.
sketches.
Yeah, but that was good when it was good.
Right now they just
Then
need
it's
people
just,
who
then it's
can
just
be funny
worse.
and make
it's
it funny.
It's just really bad when there's not a comedian. Like when they have Elon Musk on, and it's like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah, but also the opening monologue when a comic preps a monologue to just do for SNL, that to me is amazing.
Oh, I mean Louis C.K.'s one about like the pedophile one. That's
Yeah,
like the
it
funniest
must
one
be
of all
so
time.
good.
Yeah. It must be like a Mounds bar.
Yeah.
When
If
have a
I were
Mounds
going
bar
to
in my
prison
mouth,
for the
that's
rest of
all
my
I can
life,
think
I would
about.
stop eating Mounds bars.
Yeah. How many times has Louis hosted it?
At least
3,
4.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, his
Chappelle, did
monologue's
Chappelle host
gonna
it
be-
this season? That was this season.
That was his second time.
Yeah.
He's done it.
Second time ever?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I would have thought he's done it more.
No, he probably turned it down a lot of times.
Yeah. He had to get some trans hate off of his chest this time.
You know, in fairness to SNL, the hosts they book, they don't seem to be super worried about
No.
woke hosts or
Yeah.
pissing people off. Bill Burr came on and did his monologue about, white women
Yeah.
throwing their Gucci booted feet over the fence of oppression and jumping the line. And that pissed a lot of people off, but it was great.
Yeah, that was huge. People hated that.
Yeah.
You see, you saw Joe List's comment.
Yeah.
Arrived from New York.
yeah, I saw that. Can you imagine he just went up there and like riffed on Asians for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what he is gonna do. I don't think he'll do anything like that. That would be awesome though.
He'll definitely acknowledge like,
Getting fired.
yeah,
I think you
would
have
think.
to.
You have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, he might lay low on the Asian jokes.
He probably won't do any
They
Asian
should no,
jokes.
they should do a sketch with who's the guy?
Bowen Yang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, like if you
should,
fully
yeah.
lean into it, like I feel like that.
Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder if Shane is going to take material that he's been working on and incorporate some of that into his monologue, or if he's writing an entirely new, 7
What would you do?
minutes. I don't think I have the ability or talent to write 7 brand new minutes.
Is it 7? I
for
thought it was
an
10 minutes.
It varies.
Yeah, I've seen people like I feel like when Trump did it was like 4. Like
Yeah,
5,
because
like,
then I rewatched that Norm one that everyone was posting when he got fired and he came back.
Hmm.
And his was like 3 minutes long, but it was hilarious. It
Yeah.
was so funny. Have you ever seen that?
I think so.
When he's like, when he says, he's like, I haven't gotten funnier. The show's just gotten really bad. It's so funny. And then wait, what else? He says something else in the beginning. He goes, I used to work here, and then I had a big disagreement with the management over at NBC. I wanted to keep my job, and they felt the exact opposite way.
that does sound familiar.
That's good.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the Grammys?
No.
Not.
No.
I got blackout drunk at a brunch yesterday. Wait,
Come on.
I can't be doing that on a Sunday afternoon anymore.
I thought you were joking. That's
No,
crazy.
I went to brunch with friends
You got
and
blacked out.
I mean not like browned out. It was a bottomless brunch and I didn't like the hostess's attitude.
So you blacked
And I said
out in spite
I'm
of
gonna
her?
make these people pay.
I'm going to take advantage.
Like it was like it was like a few of us got there. They wouldn't give us the table till everybody sat down. She was being very rude. She leading us to she just started walking to the table, and I was like, "Are we following you?" And she was like, "Yes." And then she was saying it's only 90 minutes of bottomless, even though online it said 2 hours. So I went in there with a purpose where I said,
So you're like, I'm making. This
I'm gonna
90
make
minutes
these people
worth it.
pay. Like if I'm paying $35 for 90 minutes of bottomless drinks,
Dude,
I'm
$35 for 90 minutes is like super cheap. I feel
Oh,
like.
Where was
it was
this?
a great deal, and I made them pay.
Where was this?
Agave and
Oh yeah, that and you were
7th
just
Ave.
you were just drinking mimosas.
Mimosas, frozen
Agave,
strawberry
isn't that
margaritas.
like a Mexican restaurant?
The margaritas are the ones to drink there. Are those
I
part of the
mixed it up.
bottomless?
Yeah, frozen strawberry margaritas.
Oh,
Absolutely
that's so much
delicious.
sugar. No wonder. Did you feel really ill?
Yeah, I mean, I had a very bad headache last
Did
night.
you puke? You're definitely a puker.
No, I didn't
You're a
puke.
hungover puker. For
I would have
sure.
puked from that day.
I came close. My roommate puked all over our apartment.
Damn, so you guys had a fucking day.
No, it was 6 of us,
That's
and we
crazy.
made them pay. We took
Dude,
breaks.
they,
We'd
I don't
be like
think
it's
they
a minute.
give a shit if
We
you
would
made
be like,
them pay or not.
everybody take a minute, no talking, no eating, just drink.
You don't think they have it figured out? They're not, there's no way you guys were leaving and they're like, well, we're fucked.
It was
We're
a
gonna have to
principle.
file
My
for
one
bankruptcy.
friend's-
wow,
my
we
one
never
friend-
saw that coming.
Yeah, they drank.
My one friend claims that we got borderline like asked to leave in a way of like one of my friends wanted to we cut my friend's straw in half with a knife to get a smaller straw, and one of my friends started bleeding. And I think one of the guys said like, I think you guys are good right now. I think you've had a lot to drink, and we're not really a rowdy group at all, which
It
I know
sounds
sounds
like you definitely are.
sounds hard to believe given this story,
Noon
but I
on Sunday and your
I
roommate's
very
painting
rarely
the walls
get
of your
that
apartment.
drunk, especially with that group. And it was really just a principle thing. And
Dude,
then we
that's
just wanted,
a day ruiner.
We wanted to go see Tribeca, and we just couldn't make it.
Go see
Tribeca?
Tribeca?
My one
The
friend,
neighborhood?
my one friend who is from Long Island. With
Have you
me.
heard Tribeca's doing a showing right now?
This is how
It's one of their best displays of the year.
He's from New York.
Tribeca.
He's lived in New York for 5 years, and he's moving out soon. Him and his wife are buying a house, and this was like in June. Maybe I was like, "What's on your bucket list?"
What's on your bat?
And he said, "I gotta go." He said, "I want to go see Tribeca."
Oh man, dude.
Well, it's not far away.
No,
What is
I
this
know. It's
crew?
insane he hasn't been to Tribeca.
I would say that about
He just
like the
keeps talking
Statue
about
of Liberty
He keeps
or
talking
an
about
aquarium.
the cobblestones, and I say there's a lot of cobblestones across all of New York
And in
City.
Soho.
Dude, has he ever left New York?
Yeah, but he just has not made his way to Tribeca.
That's like to have that on your bucket list. I feel like is the most like Long
No, it's
Island thing
pathetic.
ever.
Yeah.
And he
I wanna
lives
see
he
Upper
lives on the
East
Upper West
Side.
Side. Like he lives in Manhattan. He went to school in Manhattan for 4 years. He just hasn't made his way to Tribeca.
So is this like a bachelor
Wow.
party?
No, it was just stomachs growling. It was
Jesus Christ.
4 guys, 2 girls. And we made that place pay, and then we tried to go to Tribeca, and we just couldn't make it.
Why couldn't you? What happened on
We were
the
just
way?
too drunk to walk down to Tribeca. We had to stop at my apartment. My roommate threw up everywhere. I threw a thing of ranch dressing at my friend, and it was very out of character. It was a very out of character.
I'd like
day for
to.
us.
I'd like to get drunk with you. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I get brunch is a special type of
That'd
drunk.
be
and,
fun.
And my God, do I get horny?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you got so drunk because I know you to kind of keep your wits about you so that you can go on the hunt.
Yeah, but I wasn't fucking a Sunday at 4 p.m. I'm not, there's no stray cats rolling
Don't you
in.
not fuck on Sundays? Isn't that like a rule that you
I
have?
try to. I don't masturbate on Sundays
Yeah.
because keep the Lord's Day holy. I don't go to church, so I don't like to
Wow.
masturbate on Sundays.
That's crazy. Sundays is probably my biggest crank off day.
I mean,
Wake up with nothing to do.
I should
Yeah.
3
I've
times in an hour.
amended it to unless I really want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
No jerking off on Sundays
So
unless
pretty
it
much
absolutely
every time.
unless it absolutely overcomes
Who's jerking
me.
off? Who's like, I don't want to do this at all.
Oh, there's
Like it's a
plenty of
fucking
times.
chore?
Most of the time, it's a chore.
Oh, that's,
Most of the time,
you gotta
I feel
go to
like
the doctor.
I just gotta
Get your
get
libido
I just gotta
checked
get
out.
this out of me. I feel like but when it's a treat, oh my God.
But you were hungover today.
No, I wasn't hungover today. I got hungover last night, so I didn't even have to be hungover today.
That's a
good.
pretty good thing.
Yeah, that's a good. That's
Yeah.
ideal.
I fell asleep at like 5 p.m. Woke up at like 10. The splitting
That's
headache.
disorienting, though.
Yes,
What time did you get back to sleep?
midnight 1.
That's not so bad.
Maybe. But I think I woke up at like 5 for a couple hours.
Mm.
So I've had a lot of sleep. I don't feel hungover at all today. I got that out of the way. But my God, did I make that fucking place pay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Made
I
them
don't think you did
absolutely
at all
pay.
though. Like,
Absolutely
You think they're
made
like
them.
thinking
It's
about
a
it
war. You
still?
sit down for bottomless brunch, it's a war with the waiter. It's how often can you get a refill of your drink?
Do you do that thing that they do in The Wolf of Wall Street where you say, "Bring me 2"? I'm gonna order my second
So
one
we
right now.
got pitchers. He was given pitchers.
Yeah.
So we
Pictures of
didn't have
what?
to do that.
Mimosas?
Mimosas, frozen strawberry
Strawberry
Oh yeah,
Margs.
strawberry margs.
Yeah.
I like my frozen strawberry marg with a floater on top.
Explain.
Well, I find it's very sweet, and if you pour a cup, ever go to like a beach bar,
Yeah.
get a pina colada, you never have like a rum floater on top?
I don't think so.
What is that? Just like a shot on top
Yeah,
of
they
it?
pour a shot on top, and then you kind of mix it in.
What do you
or
get
you
the
can just
floater?
take it
What is
right
the
off.
floater of?
Whatever the spirit is.
Oh, the
that's
floater
in
is the alcohol itself.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it makes your drink a double.
Huh. No, I don't think
I like
did
doing that. That'll send you on your way.
Did I get you horny?
No, what
Dude,
is with
I
you
the
and
way that you
fucking-
keep on
there's
saying
a-
that is making me
There's
so
a thing with
uncomfortable.
brunch is a horny thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Especially when you're with all
It's a-
dudes.
You've never seen those
dining
memes?
experience.
Dude, you need to be put on some sort of watch
No,
list.
brunch is the horniest meal of the day by far. I think
Probably
you-
like
meals
you,
don't really make me horny.
No,
they make
it
me
makes me the
full and
complete
want to
opposite.
be
Yeah.
left alone.
Well, that's the beauty of brunch is that it's
So
usually
you're
a
in your
little bit
apartment
lighter.
at 5 p.m. on a Sunday. Your
Oh,
roommate's
just-
throwing up. You have a full erection.
Just telling myself I
and
can't
you're throwing
crank it.
ranch all over the apartment.
Yeah, being like you can't
Where are
masturbate
the
at Sunday.
women?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
What are you gonna do? It was a crazy Sunday fun day, as
All
they
right.
say.
That sounds awful.
the Sass and Roan have a policy on this podcast that you have to be honest when asked a question.
Okay.
No.
When
we
was the
don't have
last
that
time
policy.
you hooked up? Well, you had sexual intercourse.
Probably about a few weeks ago, a month ago, maybe.
No, I don't believe you.
I swear. You think it was longer? Or
No, I
quicker?
think it was more recent.
No, I don't. I don't
With a
fuck.
wi- with a-
I'm
with
not
a
a big
woman.
January fucker. It's probably my. It's probably my least fucked month for sure is January. April I go insane. April I go absolutely
Dude,
bananas.
I don't get this at all. This is crazy.
January, like I have seasonal depression right now. Like just vibes
No,
are
you
bad.
don't. You absolutely
I absolutely
do.
do.
Not.
I've been feeling very
I
lethargic
promise
and
you,
out
you
of
don't
it.
have seasonal depression.
Yes, I've been feeling very lethargic and out of it and unmotivated. So I can't get it up to fuck.
I've
don't
never
believe
met
I
someone
could.
who's less depressed than you. You're like I have a couple buddies like that who just wake up happy every day.
No,
They just wake up smiling.
January, seriously, January, and then last May, I was very depressed and I was looking for a new apartment. That just made me depressed for some reason. But yeah, January, no. I'm actually. This honestly might have been. This could have been the first January I fucked, or maybe last year, where I really do not do well in January.
Interesting. That's good.
Do you know that he's like the Kingslayer? He's like the
Yeah,
biggest
I mean, that's-
coxman at the
that's
company.
not
I've heard.
completely
Yeah,
true.
him and Glenny.
Glenny fucks a lot too.
That's crazy.
We're charming.
That's because you guys show up with your fucking Team Portnoy gear on.
Glenny's
And
not
you're
a
like,
member
oh,
of Team Portnoy.
You're
Says.
like-
Learn your Barstool, baby.
Are you guys finding a lot of women that like you and know you from Barstool?
Yes.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're not just like, who's this hot guy?
Yeah, but at some point, wouldn't
No,
you
there are times-
trust that you've
Dude,
developed?
they only go to like Factory 380 and
No,
fucking
that's not true.
Blue Haven or
I-
whatever
I
it's called.
can
They go
tell-
to Barstool bars.
No,
And they show up
I like to go
wearing,
to
like,
Little Sister, the
Beach
nightclub.
balls wear head to toe. And they're like, oh, where'd we get this? Just HQ3 down the street.
No, that's when we go on like Storm Chasers, and they're just like bars are like Texas A&M welcomes Glenny Balls and Tommy Smokes to campus. They literally had that on like a movie theater sign outside a bar. And we're like, oh, I guess we'll stop by here tonight. I guess we'll stop in
Are
this
there
bar.
any bars nearby?
They put this sign
oh
up
shit,
for
there's
us.
one with our faces
Might as
cemented
well.
over the
Excuse
roof.
me, do you girls know who those guys are?
What's
Oh,
that sign about?
I thought it said something else. It's me.
Who the fuck's face is that on a flag hanging above the fucking bar?
Do you go to the Barstool bars? The actual Barstool bars?
I've been to the
Dude,
Nashville
they
one.
drive. They'll drive to a Barstool bar from New York.
No, I have actually. I've
Philly
been
one?
dying to get to the Philly one.
Yeah.
I hear the Philly one is incredible.
A lot of talent over there.
I've been to the Nashville one. The Nashville one was a lot of fun.
I'm going to Nashville in April, I think. No, maybe it's March. Excuse me. And I'll check out that Nashville bar. I'm performing at Zany's for 3
It's got
nights.
a great location too. It's
Tickets
like
at
right,
francissells.com.
basically. Just
I think
off
it's pretty
Broadway.
close to Zany's.
Is that right?
I think so.
Is Zany's on Broadway?
No,
No.
but it's close to Broadway.
The Barstool bar's on Broadway?
It's like just
Yeah.
off of Broadway,
wow.
like half a block.
Nashville's so fun.
It's great.
Zany's is such a good club.
I liked Nashville way more than I expected to like Nashville.
Yeah, me too. That's a city that I should hate.
Yeah,
But
everything
every time
about
I go, I
you
have
says
fun.
you would hate it.
Yeah.
You can stay away from the mayhem, and there's some great stuff to do.
Usually I embrace the mayhem though. Usually that's the city that I go to where I'm like, I'm getting fucking
Yeah.
hammered this weekend.
Interesting.
So I don't know what I would do if I went back.
You must
now.
be like 70 days sober now?
75, I think.
Actually,
Yeah.
why?
Alcoholism.
Do you feel better?
No, not at all. Worse, maybe.
So then I'm definitely not going to stop drinking. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Takes 90 days to really feel it, for it to really kick in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
so really, we're just like you were drinking too
I'm-
much and want to stop.
I'm a couple
Yeah.
months off of weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess I will do it once a week, but now it's been 3 weeks since I even did it once a week.
Yeah.
But I went from being a nightly weed guy
Yeah, yeah.
to
I remember when we went to San Fran together and you fucking bought out the entire weed store that we went to.
yeah. Unfortunately, I still have all that. Now it's starting to rot.
I've never seen someone buy more weed. In my
Little did
entire-
I know
like
that I was-
thousands of dollars of
I
weed.
was supplying a year of sobriety. I mean, why? That always seems to be the way. You just have this massive surplus. So now I'm looking for some kids to sell it to.
Yeah.
Turns
it's good
out
shit.
kids are all. That's the other thing. There's an article I read the other day. First of all, young kids are not drinking or smoking or doing.
Oh, because they're all like super religious now. That's like the wave.
Young kids are
The
super
kids are
religious.
getting really into God.
What?
Really?
I
Yeah,
actually
'cause
thought
all
there was
those
a movement.
Influencers are like,
I feel like it's the
preaching
exact
it.
opposite.
So do I. I think secularization is growing.
Yeah,
among
I
the younger
think
ranks. They don't even
becoming
get
a
it anymore.
godless country.
Agreed.
I feel like the little kids now are all like, all I do is lift weights and hate women and go to church.
I feel that's like a specific type of like Andrew Tate listening guy.
Yeah, but I think that's what a lot of the kids are listening to these days.
Dude, the other thing that they're doing is they're going to bed earlier.
Yeah, that's all
There
part
was
of the
there
Andrew
was
Tate
an
plan.
article in the Wall Street Journal about like freshmen on college campuses, like they're trying to go to bed at 9 p.m., 9:30.
I wish
That's
I
crazy.
want to start trying to go to bed earlier.
No,
wake
I don't
up
like that. I
earlier.
don't get that at all. It's
I-
you're not. It's not like that whole thing where it's like, oh, I go to bed at 7 p.m. and I wake
Well,
up at
that's
2 in the morning. It's like, dude,
ridiculous.
you're still up the same amount of hours of the day as I am. You're just missing out on the entire night.
I like the little secret underworld that people who wake up early seem to have.
I do this.
People
I've
who like
shifted to
are
this.
up at like 6 a.m. and it's like
Yeah.
it seems like they have their own little thing going.
I like
You-
the secret
you
underworld
work
of
out- you
being
can
awake
work
at
out-
4 a.m.
You can work out in the morning and it's done.
Yeah, and then you're just tired the rest of the day.
No way, dude.
So
you're
that's-
tired at 9
Oh, that's terrible.
p.m. you're
9 is
tired.
when I'm really waking
But
up.
what if it's
That's
the
when
weekend?
the day's starting for me.
I need more energy. I need something to give me more.
I think you
energy.
should try this way.
Maybe stop fucking getting blackout drunk.
Well,
on
that
Sundays.
was a mistake.
Maybe stop nutting in so many chicks you
Yeah.
don't know.
It's been a few weeks. Again, I mean, yeah. Tell me in April. Sure.
I'm so
Save your
fucking
seed,
depressed.
friend.
Maybe that's why you're depressed, is you're not fucking enough.
No, I think I'm not fucked because it's like I have no sex drive right now.
Yeah, except for Sundays at noon.
Well, I mean that was brunch.
That's got to be tough to pick up girls. It's Sunday at noon.
Yeah, and when you can't pick up girls and you can't jerk off, you're really between a rock and a hard place. No pun intended.
What is the? Why can't you jerk off? Oh, because it's
'Cause
Sunday.
it's Sunday.
Yeah.
So I can no longer go to brunch on Sundays. That's what I've
Well,
realized.
that is a dumb day to go to brunch. Shouldn't you be going on Saturdays?
Yeah, but just a couple like it was.
I thought Sunday
worked
was
better.
like a universal brunch day.
It
Sunday-
probably
Sunday's
is.
definitely a brunch
but if you're
day.
doing a really boozy brunch,
Oh yeah,
I'd rather do it on a Saturday.
Yeah, no, that would have been the right move.
dude,
but
that's never. I've done the brunch. It's never worked for me.
in terms of what.
Like it always just fucks my entire day up.
Oh, a very girly New York City dumb tradition.
no,
Didn't
no,
work
I've
for
gone
you?
to like me and Mook have gone to brunch, like on the road together.
Yeah.
And then it just ends up me sitting in my bed the entire day until the shows, and then being like anxious as fuck on stage.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't do brunch when like you have an obligation that night.
I guess that is a good point.
Why don't you just go? Why don't you just go and not drink? Because
Well,
I
that's
love
just
brunch.
breakfast at that point.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love brunch food.
Do you
Yeah.
go with the bruh or the unch?
What?
Do you go with the bruh or the unch?
I always go with the unch. I never go with the
I
bruh.
always go with the bruh.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I go with the bruh.
Yeah.
I go get a
Eggs.
cheeseburger.
I need eggies at brunch.
I get a big old cheeseburger and fries.
Ugh.
It's really not brunch.
Maybe
it's not
that's why
brunch
you're
when
going
going
back to
fucking
the
2 p.m.
Hotel and not being able to move.
Yeah, probably.
I got steak and eggs yesterday, real good.
That's nice.
And it was not an easy decision. I was deciding between like 5 different things.
My problem is that I'll do something like that, and then I'll say, let's order the ricotta French toast to split. And then I make sure they bring it out when the rest of the people on the table are in the bathroom, and I eat it.
You have
Francis
a real
eats a
gorging,
lot of
sugar
food.
gorging.
Yeah, I have a problem.
Francis goes to get food and he'll order more food than the fucking dude in 7-8. So actually now I might be on your side that wouldn't be the worst day for you.
Oh, full circle moment.
Me
Just
and
like
Francis
Shane
went to
Gillis
San
hosting
Francisco and he
SNL.
ordered 40 oysters, and I was like, I thought we were splitting them.
You didn't want 'em.
And he was like, come on the total opposite side of that. He was like, you didn't want any? And I was like, well, I thought the 40 was to split. And he was like, no, these are all for me. He let me have like one oyster.
No, that's not true. That's not true. You
I've
ordered
never
your-
seen someone eat
I
that
do
many
agree though.
oysters.
If I'm ordering food,
Oysters
I
aren't-
want to
they're
know
not
if people are
caloric.
splitting it.
Yeah.
Like I want to know. Like I don't want like if I don't like the implication that I have to split my meal just because it's a shareable meal. Oysters, I feel like fall into that, but 40 oysters is an absurd amount of oysters.
I don't think it was 40. It might have been 24
That's
or
true.
maybe 36. I know. I think I drank a few
I'm-
glasses of Chablis.
I'm pretty sure it was 40. I mean, dude, it was like
That's
like when
not
my
even
family,
that's a ridiculous number. It would either be 12, 24, 36, or 48.
48
or
then.
some.
It might have been 48 then.
48. Come
Dude,
on.
you had you had the plate of oysters that like my family would get when all of our extended family came over for like dinner.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
This is this
It
weird
was like the
thing.
fucking metal boat with the
Yeah.
ice in it.
Neither of you guys will relate to this, but when
you don't know that.
when you're married,
Oh, okay. Yeah, we will.
and you are used to paying for dinner or meals, when I get to eat alone or with friends, I feel like I'm getting the food half off, and I want to maximize my value.
You mean because you're paying for your wife every time you go to dinner?
Yes.
Too? Gotcha.
So I just want to. It's the knowing that I only have to pay for one person makes me want to
Order a
really
meal
take
for two.
advantage of that.
Splurge.
Because I can, for the same price that I'm used to paying for any time we go out to dinner, I get twice the amount of food. And I do it that way. It's not about saving the money. It's about getting more food.
Interesting.
Right. You're spending the same amount of money. You're eating more food.
Yes.
There's no discuss. Like I've always wondered that with like do I just got to pay for everything because I'm the man?
No, everyone's different. Everyone's different.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's talk about
Rocket money.
rocket money. Do you ever feel like money is just flying out of your account? And
All
you have no
the
idea where it's
time.
going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know. It's because all of those subscriptions.
Oh,
Think about it. Between
pesky.
streaming services, fitness apps, delivery services, parenting apps, it's endless.
It's
Look,
all
I used Rocket
OnlyFans for
Money.
me.
I used Rocket Money, and I found out that I was paying for some stuff that I should not have been paying for. Stuff that I subscribed to when I was like 15,
Mm-hmm.
like services for making beats.
The local YMCA.
Yeah, shit like that. And I was like, oh, time to cancel these. I've probably spent hundreds of dollars on those. Well, guess what? I can now see all of my subscriptions in one place. And if I see something I don't want, I cancel it with a tap. I never have to get on the phone with customer service. They'll even try and get you a refund for the last couple of months wasted and negotiate to lower your bills for you
Wow, that's
by
great.
up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/boy. That's rocketmoney.com/boy. rocketmoney.com/boy. Today's episode is sponsored by Tushy. Tushy has finally made number 2 cleanup more hygienic and better for the environment. In under 10 minutes, you can set up at your home, a bidet that will change your life forever. It's no secret that toilet paper is bad for the environment. It's estimated that toilet paper accounts for 15% of deforestation each year. With Tushy, you use 75% less toilet paper on average. The Tushy bidet also stays clean and hygienic with its patented self-cleaning smart spray. The nozzle self-cleans before each and after each use automatically. The buildup resistant design helps minimize grime buildup, and it even has
Antimicrobial knobs. The bidet stays clean
Struggling
just
on
like
that
your
one.
booty. Every Tushy bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. I have a Tushy bidet. It's incredibly easy to install. It sits right under the toilet seat. It's pretty discreet, but those of you who have one know that you will never not use it once you've had it one time. Once you've tried it, it's so much better than toilet paper. You feel cleaner. You don't develop rectal rash,
exactly.
which is always a not a fun thing.
Dude, I got some boys that live and die by the bidet.
Oh yeah,
Greer bought KB a bidet.
is that so?
Yes, because he was so passionate about the bidet, and
Yeah.
KB was talking about how he had a little bit of a rectal rash.
Yeah.
And Greer legitimately ordered one and sent it to his house.
Yeah, there's
A
nothing-
Tushy
I might have
bidet.
to do this too.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than the chapped lips of your O hole.
Oh,
Swamp
yeah.
ass. Ugh.
Or when you feel the tear.
I don't know if it's so much Swamp ass.
I use swamp ass as a term, I think, incorrectly.
Yes, because that was not at all
Yeah.
where you.
I just refer to any discomfort down there as swamp
I will
ass.
say a bidet would definitely help with swamp ass.
It
Get a little
would.
cool water down there.
Tommy, you can get that fresh out of the shower feeling that you like at hellotushy.com. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off your entire order when you use code BOYDAD at checkout. That's 10% off your order at HELLOTUSHY.com with your promo code BOYDAD. It's time to back that ass up with confidence.
Alrighty, let's talk about HelloFresh.
HelloFresh.
Whether you're trying to save money, eat better, or stress less, HelloFresh is here to help you do all three. Say hello.
Hello.
To your
Hello.
most delicious year yet with HelloFresh and chef-crafted recipes at a price you'll like delivered right to your door. No more staring blankly in the fridge wondering what to make for dinner.
What do I make?
What do I make? Well, give HelloFresh a try and dig into their biggest menu yet with over 45 recipes to choose from each week.
45 recipes.
You know what I like from HelloFresh? I like their lettuce wrap burgers.
Those are so good.
Those are
Delicioso,
yummy.
dare I say.
Uh-huh.
Come again?
I said delicioso, dare I say?
Yeah.
Dare
Tommy,
I
why don't
say
you let
that
me in? Why don't
they're
let me and Francis handle this
delicioso?
one? Ditch the meal planning. We'll have to cut
God
that. It's
damn
all
it.
right.
gonna
Ditch
have
the
to do a
meal
make
planning
good.
blues and the grocery store run with quick, convenient recipes delivered right to you. Just choose your meals and select your delivery date. HelloFresh handles the meal planning and shopping. So all you have to do is open your weekly box of fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes to get cooking.
You know what, Sass? They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
They do.
And HelloFresh agrees. In fact, they're giving all subscribers free breakfast for life.
For life.
That's a long time.
It's a long
Wow,
time.
hopefully.
Yeah. That means you'll enjoy a totally free breakfast item with every single HelloFresh delivery.
That is true.
I personally love HelloFresh. As you said, you like the lettuce wrap burgers. I like the fact that as someone who's kind of I get intimidated by cooking and prepping. All of the amounts of what I need, the amount of garlic that I need in a thing, it's all pre-portioned for you. So I'm not going to have to peel a garlic clove and figure out what the right amount is and all that. Everything is nicely set up to make the cooking process as clean and as seamless as possible.
Go to HelloFresh.com/sunfree and use code SUNFREE for free breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/sunfree with code SUNFREE. Now back to the show.
You know?
Grammys were on last night. I can't believe you guys didn't watch the Grammys. I watched the whole thing. I was
Who
fucking
gives a
tuned
shit?
in. Dude,
Why?
it was great. It was awesome.
You're fucking with us.
Trevor Noah, the future of comedy. I don't know why he's not hosting SNL on the 24th. That
I
guy
mean,
is it.
I'm surprised
He's got the it factor.
I'm surprised he hasn't hosted SNL.
Yeah, I actually am very surprised. Has he? I feel like he has to have. Dude, there was a really weird bit in where they talked to Ziggy Marley, and it was like Trevor Noah, and he was like, I have such a hard time understanding if anyone else did this, or if they did it to a different person that had a different accent, this would have been like on the like headlines of news today. It was like, I have such a hard time understanding that deep Jamaican accent. And he was like, are you excited for the movie about your father? And he was like, bing bop. And then he was like, I don't understand what you're saying. And the crowd's like howling. And I'm like, you guys are just making fun of this dude's fucking, you're making fun of all of Jamaica's voice. It was crazy. It was wild.
Yeah, I guess it only works because Trevor Noah also has that accent.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He's from South Africa.
He has an accent. Not
He
that.
speaks like a black foreigner? Is that what you're saying?
Not that. I didn't mean that accent. I meant like he's got that accent that he has.
Imagine if they did that with like a Japanese dude. No one understands.
I know Trevor
you.
Noah is not Jamaican. I need that on the record.
Dude, is that not fucking insane? Is that not crazy?
I'd have to see it.
To like in front of like an arena of celebrities be like, we don't know what you're saying because your voice is so fucking weird.
You've gone soft, Sass. I don't know.
No, I mean, I was howling laughing at how fucking crazy it was.
It is surprising that, based on your rendition of this, that happened.
Dude, that's like
My
word
mom
for
loved
word
Trevor
what
Noah. She
happened.
texted me about it. I don't know what she.
I read his book, Born a Crime. I mean, some of it's pretty insane. He watched his mom get shot in the head.
Damn.
by her boyfriend.
My mom said, I love Trevor Noah. He's funny and a great host. Must mean he sucked.
He's pretty handsome.
If you're doing humor for mothers, you're not for me.
It is crazy, dude. They just bomb the whole night. They just have to bomb the entire time. No one is paying attention to them.
I'm trying to think of the last awards show that I either watched or had a host whom I thought was very funny. I guess you go back to Ricky Gervais? But that was funny for us and not for the audience.
Jay-Z was funny. I think the audience is so robotic, like LA superstar. They don't give a fuck about. They're only paying attention. Like, is the camera on me right now?
I'd love to be at one of those award shows one day.
Taylor Swift
as a nominee.
We watched. We turned it on for 1 minute, and Olivia
ball hogging.
Rodrigo was performing, and Taylor Swift was standing up and dancing, and everyone else was sitting down.
Yeah,
and she's already about 6 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
Down in front.
Yeah.
Sit the fuck down.
Dude, she was ball hogging the camera.
She was ball hogging.
Dude, she brought Lana Del Rey on stage. This was wild. I had jaw to the floor. I kind of tapped into like my inner gay last night because I was on Twitter like looking up shit, like it being like, dude, she left no crumbs last night. But dude, they were doing album of the year, and it was like Lana Del Rey, Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, like all of the people that you would expect. And Taylor Swift won.
Yes.
And she brought Lana Del Rey on stage with her. Like out of like, I think it was like something that she had as an idea to begin with. And then like it just progressively got more awkward as they approached the stage. Because Lana Del Rey was clearly like, where the fuck am I going on stage with you to accept this award?
It's like holding up like, you know, a trophy, like a deer that you just killed. Like, I beat her.
Yeah.
Look at
and then
who
she
I
called
just
her
beat.
a legacy artist. And it was like, oh.
The other three.
She called her an old bitch.
The other losers must have been like, why the fuck wasn't I brought up there?
Dude, it was crazy.
You can't just bring up one of the losers.
Yeah, she was like, and none of us would be here without Lana Del Rey. She's paved the way for all of us. She's a legacy artist. Lana Del Rey is pretty big.
I do like
She is
Lana
a Fordham
Del Rey.
grad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of Fordham.
That's weird. I feel like Taylor Swift has been on such a run that she's probably under the impression she can do no wrong, and there's no reason for her not to think that. And it would be funny to see her do something so wrong that there was just a collective galactic record script or record skip, and everyone was just like, ooh, like what if she just came out in blackface
at the Super Bowl?
And everyone was
I think people would spin it.
Yeah.
I think people would be like, blackface is back.
Sure. Yeah.
Like she's embracing black culture.
Yeah. That would be unreal.
Do you have a problem with being black? Or like, why are you not doing blackface?
Yeah. Everyone's doing it nowadays.
It's just drawing attention to the horrors of blackface.
Right. Like anything she does, I think people would find a way to spin.
Know.
Dude, did you see how Olivia Rodrigo claps?
No.
She's got like a
You
little.
keep referencing
she's got
moments
like
in this
Stephen
show,
Hawking.
and we've clarified that we didn't watch it.
She's got a
You're like
Stephen Hawking
artist
clap.
of the year, blah blah blah. You guys know the usual suspects. I was like,
well, I mean,
didn't
those are the usual suspects. They've all won like 100 Grammys.
I heard people saying it's a girly pop Grammys.
Oh yeah, it's all
It was
all
girly
girls.
pop.
Isn't Olivia Rodrigo 19 or something?
Yeah, but she's an industry plant. She's won an award like every year.
I would love to be an industry plant. How do you get that gig?
How deep in this Grammy game you are?
Oh, dude, this isn't deep. This is like surface level shit. Olivia Rodrigo claps like this. She goes, and every time they show the camera.
That's how I clap for to summon our hard of hearing dog.
Yeah, it looks like she
So
looked
you can
up
see
how to
that
clap.
I want him to come. Come.
Yeah, that's it. It was crazy. Like it looks like she was paralyzed clapping.
She
and
was
there
also
a
covered in
robot controlling
blood for her performance. That's
Yeah, it was a little weird
that was odd.
when it was like she showed like the blood like dripping down her wrists. I was like,
She's
whoa.
good though. I do think she's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, as a singer,
I think she's
She's
decent.
got a good voice, I suppose.
she does something
What's
different.
the deal with Billie Eilish and her brother? That doesn't
They're
sit.
fucking
That's
for
never
sure.
set right.
Totally
with me.
fucking
Whatever they have going.
Phineas.
On. Yeah,
Phineas Eilish.
it doesn't sit right with me.
Dude, people have been saying that for years.
That
it's
they're
really weird.
fucking.
Dude, he writes all of her music.
I know. So like
and then
he's
her
writing
music
songs
is like
about like
sexual, like I'm gonna fuck your dad.
Or he's writing songs about
I
like
might
her getting
seduce
her
your
heart
dad.
broken,
Yeah.
which is even weirder.
He's sitting in his fucking room on his laptop.
His
Billy,
name's
you got
Phineas?
it. Yeah. Billy, you got to come in here and check out this track. I might fuck your dad. Yeah, I'm the kind of bitch who might fuck your dad. This is some heat, Billy. I can't wait to hear your voice on this.
Yeah, I need to hear your voice on this track, baby.
That's got to be weird. Imagine if your fucking sibling pulled you in and was like, I see you on, like, I wrote this song for you to sing,
Yeah.
and it's about fucking a dad.
Tough pitch.
Yeah. I would be like, what the I'd be like, don't even look me in the eyes ever again.
But she likes it. She digs it.
Yeah, no shit, dude. She's made like $200 million from it.
He's printing money for her.
Yeah.
Oh, are we boring you?
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm a little tired.
Okay, then.
Oh, did you go to a boozy brunch and make the place fucking pay?
Why am I tired? I drank a lot of red wine on Saturday. Oh my God. An old woman tried to hook up with me.
Whoa.
Holy
Hoochie
shit.
mama.
An old woman.
Tell us more.
This older woman. Just a random older woman. And
How old
I'm
are
not
we
even
talking?
saying she was flirting with me. She was trying to hook up with me.
I've
Yeah,
had
let's
that.
throw
I've
an
had
age
that
on
happen.
This
Maddie.
woman was not attractive. This is not a brag. If you'd seen her, you would have said, oh, that's not a brag.
How old?
60?
I had this happen to me. What one down? I want to hear.
She was rubbing my back.
Yeah. That's how the old women do it.
And then
Where were you?
it was the
Massages.
each rub would go longer, and then it started ending with a shoulder squeeze. I felt
Wait,
like
I'm confused. How did you get into this situation
where-
where you were
where
getting
is this?
you were getting rubbed down by this old lady?
she was at this place I was at, and I was drinking wine with a buddy,
A bar.
and then it was a woman he knew, a friend of his wife's or something, at a restaurant, and I'm sitting next to her, and the first time it happened, I told a joke, everyone laughed, and she reached out and like rubbed my back, which I guess was some kind of affirmation
Physical
that it was
touch.
funny.
Yeah.
And then the next time it happened, nothing had happened, so I didn't deserve it, and she just did it, and that's when I was like, that's weird.
She wants to touch you.
Did you grab your ass?
No.
I love getting groped and shit like that. It's just good. It's just good to feel wanted.
Dude, we were at me and Mook last year when we did Buffalo Helium, and we went to the Bills game, and we were trying to get home, and when there was a blizzard and we couldn't get an Uber, there was like 3 feet of snow on the ground, and there was this old couple, like really old, and they were like, "Where are you? Oh, you guys are going to the same hotel we're going to. We should like try and get an Uber together," because no one could get Ubers. Everyone was like stranded at Orchard Park, and we were like, "All right," and they're like lingering like right by us. They're hammered, like just like trying to like chop it up with us. And the lady, this like old lady, tries to like sit on my lap. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I look over and the dude has like his hands like on Mook's ass. Oh my God. We got out of there we were like, dude, they were trying to fuck us. They were swingers, dude.
Wow.
They were trying to fuck me and Mook. Mook was like, dude, his hands were down my pants. They were on my ass.
You're
It
a
was
fuckable
so
duo.
funny. It was so funny.
You two are ripe to be like
And then-
taken by an old duo. I
Oh
feel.
yeah, dude. And they kept on being like, after that, they were like, have you guys gotten an Uber? And we were like, we don't think we're gonna go back to the hotel. We're gonna go to another bar. We were just like making shit up because we were like, there's no way we're Ubering back with you guys.
Oh, but at least you could have got groped.
I don't know what was gonna go down in that Uber.
Would have been amazing.
Dude,
I'd kill to be groped like
What's
that.
the biggest, oldest woman you've ever hooked up with, Tommy?
Not older, a few years
like
old,
19.
maybe. Yeah, 22,
A few years older?
fifth year. Yeah,
I hooked up with an 18-year-old once. That was a joke. as in that's the oldest person Tommy's hooked up with because he's a pedophile.
Whoa.
I don't know how
That's
neither of you guys laughed at that.
that's
I thought
a
that was
leap.
gold. Thought I was onto something big there. Dude, I was in Houston this weekend, and I totally forgot that this happened. It was Saturday morning, and I was like, me and Mook were gonna go to Dave and Buster's, and we were kind of getting our shit together. I took a dump, took a poo in the toilet, and the toilet clogged. And of course, hotel bathrooms don't have plungers in them. But it wasn't like a big clog. Like the shit was down, the shit was gone. But there was some toilet paper.
Clog. Yeah.
There was some toilet paper resin on the top. And I was like, whatever. I was like, I don't really give a shit. I'll just leave that there. And assuming that the toilet paper would just kind of like disintegrate, and then I would flush it again, and it would be fine. And so I went back, laid in bed for a little bit, and then I heard like noise from the bathroom, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go shower. I go into the bathroom, and it's like making the toilet's clearly like trying to flush. You know what I mean? Like it's making that noise, like the hissing noise.
Right.
But again, I was like, oh, whatever. Not really thinking.
This will resolve itself.
This will resolve itself. So I get in the shower. Good 10-minute shower. Get out of the shower, turn the shower off, pull the curtain out. There's like 4 inches of water covering the ground of the entire hotel room, like onto the carpet. Like my clothes are wet from toilet water shooting out of the toilet. Not coming from the top, coming from the bottom of the toilet. Like the sides, like spraying out. So instantly I'm in panic mode, and I'm like, I try flushing the toilet again just to be like, maybe
that'll help.
Spraying it, dude. Like there's wakes in the bathroom. Like every step I take, waves are forming in the bathroom. I don't know when I don't know how I didn't even notice this happening. I'm just showering like nothing's happening. So then I'm freaking out. I grab all my shit. I call downstairs, and I'm like, hey, my entire hotel room is flooding right now. Like you guys got to send somebody up. And they're like, all right, well, you'll have to come down. We'll get you a new room. We'll handle it. And I was like, all right. And I'm still like freaking out because I'm like, I don't want to be here when they come up because this is like embarrassing as fuck.
Yeah.
So I get all my shit together. I go to Mook's room and I drop my shit in there. I go downstairs. There's still no one up there. And I'm like, I go down and I'm like, hey, I just called. I'm like room 332. Like,
there's a real issue in that room.
There's a real, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to send someone up. And I'm like, I don't think you guys are understanding what's going on in that bathroom right now. I'm like, that shit's about to be underwater. And they're still just like, oh yeah, no, well, I told them to go up, but they take forever. And I'm like, this isn't a situation where you have forever.
Right.
I'm like, you guys are gonna open this door, and there's gonna be like a fucking release of water into the hallway. So then they give me my new room, and I like went and I changed, and then I had to walk by my room as they have like a fucking hose suction cup picking up all of the water. Just so
walk by, be like,
embarrassing,
oh,
dude.
someone took a dump in there.
So embarrassing. Having to walk by just these fucking Mexican dudes.
They were siphoning the
shoveling
water
up my shit water
into what the
some sort of machine.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
That
makes me feel like it's not their first rodeo. Their calmness in that.
No, I think the toilet pressure was very bad because then I shit again, and I was very careful. I shit, flushed the toilet, wiped, flushed the toilet, and then I wiped again, and it clogged again.
What I mean,
but it was one thing of toilet paper. So I was like, oh, this is just a shitty hotel.
Yeah. What was the hotel?
The Crown Plaza.
You would think they would have those sort of industrial strength.
That's what me and Mook were saying.
Toilet flushers.
Yeah, they don't.
Interesting.
Damn,
Yeah.
too bad.
Very rough.
Good shows though?
It was fine. I mean, it's just it's weird. You can't hear anything on stage. The last show I did, which it's weird because it's one of those ones when you get off and you're like, that was a fucking nightmare. But then you're getting DMs and being like, dude, that was so funny. Like, thanks for coming to Houston. But I was like, there was a group of people in the front row at the last show who instantly got in my head, and I like could not shake it the entire set. And I did like 50 minutes.
How'd they get in your head?
It was these 2 dudes. I think they were gay dudes, and they kind of had that gay attitude to them where they were these guys could easily demolish my entire life in one sentence if they chose to.
Yeah.
Right.
Like point out insecurities that I didn't even know I had. And they're sitting there and they're just like I'm doing like my A shit, like my best stuff, and they're just sitting there, no emotions, just being like, clearly being like, why are we here? We don't want to be here. And then I realize that they're paired with this. I get on stage, the table next to them, it's this dude and this girl, and you're like high up. The stage is high up, so I'm right on top of them. And the girl leans over to her boyfriend, and she's like, "Why is he wearing a jacket on stage?" And then the dude goes, "I don't know. It's so fucking weird." And that's like 30 seconds into my set, and I'm just like, I just rolled because clearly
you didn't address it.
They didn't know I heard them. So I just keep going.
Right, it wasn't like a heckle. It was, which is almost worse.
It's way worse. Way worse.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm just like, I'm like I'm so in my own head, but I'm just delivering the material like in just by the fucking script, like how I memorized it. So it's like I'm not even paying attention to the set. I'm just like in my head being like, I fucking hate these people so goddamn much.
I've got to get this fucking jacket off.
Yeah, and then they were trying to like fuck with me the whole time, and I kind of did a decent job at making them look dumb. But like at one point, I'm in the middle of a joke, and the dude in the front just goes, "Do a joke about Nantucket." And I was like, "What?"
This is one of the gay guys?
Yeah. And he's like, "Do you have any jokes on Nantucket?"
They do love their Nantucket humor.
And I was like, "What are you fucking talking about, dude? I don't have any jokes about Nantucket." And then I get to the end of my set, and this is when I was like seething with anger. Like my face must have been bright red. Smoke must have been coming out of my ears. And I'm doing I end my set. I have like a 9/11 joke that I do. And I do the joke, doesn't do well. And the fucking dude in the front, I think I made a joke being like, "Why do you guys give a fuck? We're in Houston." I was like,
right.
I was like, it's not like we're like, you guys weren't on the fucking hit list. Like it wasn't like Bin Laden was hiding in his cave being like, "I'm going to send one to the Pentagon and the Twin Towers and then a Jack in the Box in Houston."
Yeah.
But I said that from a place of anger. I was furious. They didn't like that either. They hated that. And then this dude in the front wearing like a bedazzled cowboy hat was like, "This is America country," or "This is patriot country." And I was like, "Dude, I legitimately want to kick you in the fucking face right now." Like, I don't know why that annoyed me so much, because I was like, it was a dude who clearly thinks he's like a cowboy.
Right.
Like he's playing cowboy for the week.
And this is not the gay guy, to be clear.
He was probably more gay than the gay guy, just judging off of that statement that he had.
Gotcha.
This is patriot country. I'm like, dude, we're in a fucking strip mall right now. This isn't patriot country.
What in a show, when you do a show like that on the weekend in Houston or whatever random city, like what percentage of people in that crowd were there to see Lil Sas Francis?
That one, like maybe 10% of the people were there to see me.
Oh, really? It can be that low. And it just sells out because people just want to go to a comedy show.
That one didn't even come close to selling out.
Well, whatever. Like other people are there because they just want to see a comedy show.
Yeah, but like, so if I sell out a show, it'll be a city like Denver where it's like most of the people are going to be there. Probably everyone that's going to me and Francis's shows are there to see me and Francis.
Oh, okay. They are.
But then like Houston, a slower weekend, that's when it's like a lot of walk-ins. People are just like, "Oh, let's go see a comedy show tonight," and have the worst attitude of all time and make this person's life miserable completely.
Yeah, that's why, and I feel like I've talked about this when I've come on here before. I always go through this. Oh, I want to try stand-up. And then I hear a story like that, and it. Dude, I talked about aiming to please people. If I said one joke that didn't get a laugh, I'd quit forever. I'd hang up the cleats forever.
But it's weird because then you get off, and then like people are coming up to me after being like, "Dude, really funny stuff." So it's like I think it's just the crowds down there are weird.
I would say it can go either way, Tommy. Where I've had shows where there was not a single person in the audience who bought a ticket with any idea who the fuck I was, and sometimes that's not great, but that means that they're often comedy fans. These are people who come to the club on a regular basis. It's like people who would go to a movie theater. Let's go see a movie. We don't even, we're not making this is the club in town. Saturday night, we're going. And if you're good, they're fair.
Yeah.
And you know where the prime example of that would be, I think, is Providence. The Providence Comedy Club, the Comedy Connection. Which
it fills up.
They fill, even if you're not a huge draw, they'll fill it. And it's people in their 40s and 50s who are ready to laugh. And I've had some of my best shows ever there.
Right. Even they weren't even expecting.
I didn't have like Francis fans.
Yeah.
Or that many who were kind of like driving the show or saying,
"Yeah,
we like this sense of humor from this guy."
Yeah, it's definitely it's like that. It's like that a good amount on the road. Like decent, at least like the Saturday early show is always people that aren't there to see you, for me at least. Because the Saturday early show sells out at most places regardless,
Hmm.
because that's like the most popular time to go see a comedy show.
Gotcha.
And it's usually good. It's usually fun. Like I like doing comedy for people that don't know who I am. Because then when you do good,
I was gonna say I feel like that would be preferred. Like I think that like I
well,
think
it's easy to do it for your fans. So they're gonna laugh at anything you say. And then
yeah, but
doing
they
it-
also have like a certain expectation of you, or maybe what your humor is gonna be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I
And they
feel
like to
like-
yell shit out.
right. Like I
That
feel like
doesn't
they
make
would
any
probably feel
sense.
more comfortable yelling,
Yeah.
heckling you.
Yeah, there was one of the shows this weekend. There was a Mook was hosting, and some dude just goes Jerry after dark. Like, all right, dude.
Right, like that's not easy to riff on.
No, it's also like, how are you looking around right now? You're not seeing the fucking 600-pound 90-year-olds here who are like, yeah, they're definitely big Jerry After Dark fans. That's gonna play for the whole crowd. Like, what do you think? I'm gonna riff on the fucking like Jerry's hole-in-one thing? No one would understand what I was talking
Right.
about.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's shit like that is annoying. But
People yell Harvard
yeah,
when I'm
random
on
shit.
stage. I'm like, come on now.
I don't really get that as much as I used to. When I first started, it was like constant. Like I'd be at like the Stand, and I'd be doing a show. And this, like, when you do shows in New York, it's usually people that are just there to see a comedy show. It's
Right,
very
right.
rarely the whole like. It's never a time where the whole crowd's there to see you. I remember I was doing a set at the Stand, and some dude in the front row just goes, "KB's gonna have that." And I had to be like, dude, no one in here knows what you're talking about. I'm like, that's just for me and you.
Yeah.
Right.
I've had people
That's an
yell
inside
out, one
joke for
bite,
two.
everybody knows the rules. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not me. I just work for
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah. But it does feel really good when you get off and you do well in front of a crowd like that. Because then it's
Right.
like, oh, that was actually funny. It wasn't just funny for my crowd.
Right, like those are just people that just appreciate comedy.
Yeah.
You should do some stand up.
I don't know, I've said it. I'll try it eventually. So show me a good open mic to hit maybe.
Too
around here.
many chicks to bang before you get to that.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's
you would be
everything
a
that you guys
menace.
just talked about is the turn off. Like going up there and having people be like, "Oh, Tommy smokes."
But it's usually not as bad as you think. It's also, I wasn't actually bombing. Like I've bombed. I cut a bomb a couple months ago at the Stand. Like a bomb.
Well, now
Where
like
you get off and you're like, you're sweating more than you would if you just ran 3 miles.
like you did poorly, or the crowd just didn't fuck with it.
The crowd, it was a very light crowd, and it's just it was probably like 15 people in the room, and it's just like as soon as you get up, you're like, this is gonna be really fucking
It's gonna
bad.
be a tough 5 minutes.
And it's just, dude, I remember like putting my hand on my back and feeling my back, and it was just like a pool of sweat. Like so, and then I remember Dan Lamort going up after me and him coming off stage, and he's just, he's like, dude, that was fucking awful. So that shit sucks. But like when you're, I mean, dude, when you're doing 50 minutes, it's not like you're actually not getting a laugh for 50 minutes.
Right,
That would
right,
be hell. That would be crazy.
Well, you're doing a spot in New York. You're mainly doing what, 5-10 minutes?
No, it's like
15.
15.
But that's later. That's like when you start getting past at clubs.
Well,
Early
yeah, if
on-
you did open mics,
early
it'd be
on,
like
it's
3 to
it's
5.
5 minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that was good. Anything else that we didn't touch?
Anything else we want to squeeze the juice on?
Super Bowl? I don't really have much to say about
The only
Super
thing
Bowl.
I had to bring to today was whether or not you should sing "Happy Birthday" when
Yeah, well, we
an
touched on
adjacent
that.
table. It's
Yeah.
the first thing I brought up. I
Yeah.
burned it pretty early. I burned it early. All
We
right.
touched on that nice
Yeah.
and early.
I fuck the most in April. I fuck the least in January.
Why April? Is that sundress season?
Something
Are we
about
there?
it. There's just something about April.
Something about the sundress.
It's my birthday's in April. Maybe it
Nice.
revs me up.
Oh, yeah. When's your birthday? Late April.
April 29th. Yours is April 5th.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I
fun.
don't know when yours
I'm March
is.
26th.
Oh, nice.
Right near you.
And
Consider
Roan
that
is,
committed to me.
Roan's what?
memory.
April.
April 25th.
Yeah.
Wow. That's Son of a Boy Dad.
Yeah.
And those are people's birthdays.
You can see Tommy Smokes all over the place.
go
All
see
right.
them in Denver.
Yeah,
This
come see us
weekend.
in Denver this weekend,
Yeah,
and then
those
come
shows are
see us
almost
in
sold out.
Albany next weekend.
Those are actually almost sold out too.
Yeah, those are doing well.
Yeah.
Tickets
Stop
at
by the
francissellis.com.
Texas Roadhouse, and you'll see them there.
Yeah.
Having a steak.
We may do.
I will be at least. Unless we're feasting on some trout for dinner.
Little trout.
A little trout, couple rainbows.
Yeah, they called it shadow casting.
All right, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on Wednesday. Yeah.
Let's do 'em.